Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and something a little bit different today, stepping away from LFM for a little bit and trying to get some content for you to watch while I'm away, because I'm going to be in the UK when you watch this. I need a well-deserved vacation or holiday to those of you who are from England. So Le Mans Ultimate has been around for quite a while now. There's a few updates that have just come out. They've released a couple of cars, they've released a few tracks, there's loads of videos on it already. I did actually have a go on it the day that this all happened, but I didn't get a chance to make a video on it. So I thought I would give you the ramblings of myself on what I think of Le Mans Ultimate now. The biggest changes, they've made some changes to the AI. They've also made some changes to the tyre model. Now, as you all know, I am not a GT3 expert by any standard at all. I like driving them. I like driving TCRs more, I like driving the Ginettas more, I prefer rallying, but I know that if I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, I need to do some more GT3 racing. Now, I have been racing with low fuel motorsport and the GT4s previously, and a little bit of GT3s this season, not so much because I just haven't had the time. But I saw the videos coming out about the new GT3s in LMU and thought I better give it a go. And all I can say is, wow. What a difference. This really is a game changer to those of you who are getting into GT3 racing. I'll tell you more about it at the end of what my thoughts are, but here we go into a race with a car that I've never driven on a track that I've never driven. It wasn't the easiest, and I didn't expect much, to be fair. I didn't get much either, but you'll see that, and no doubt all of you will be commenting and telling me how rubbish I am at driving GT3s. Don't worry, I already know that, but at least I can tell you what I'm feeling while I'm driving it. So if you want to start in GT3 racing, this is probably your new go-to. Now, if it's the first time you watch one of my videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and please comment away. Tell me what I can do to make myself quicker on GT3s. Grab yourselves a cup of tea or coffee, or indeed, if it's that time of the evening, something stronger. Enjoy this. We're going to take the because it's got some cars in there, so I can at least see what sort of pace I've got. And now, as I said, I have never driven Sebring at all, so I'm not expecting much here. I just like to finish it without crashing. I've watched a lot of the guys over the last couple of days racing this. This is one of the new tracks that we've got with Le Mans Ultimate, I think. I haven't looked at it for so long that I actually don't know what there is and what there isn't, but we'll give it a go. Setup wise, I don't know if we've got a fixed setup. 202s are what we're looking at. What I do know, and the only thing I'm going to do, let's load a default setup. Let's look at the suspension. Ah, okay. This is good. It's fixed setup. I'm going to leave the fuel as it is. Let's go and learn the track and try not to get in anyone's way. I'm going to try and follow a couple of these guys. Go on, go, 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 go. I don't know what the pit lane speed limit is here. Yeah, it's automatic pit lane limit, right. See, I do not know this at all. I'll tell you the other thing I haven't done is I haven't switched crew chief on either. Okay. Might have gone into that a bit tight. No, it's okay. Still learning, still learning. This is a really bad idea, wasn't it? Okay, just getting a bit of an idea for it. Car feels pretty benign, which is good. I don't know what gear I'm supposed to be in for which corner here. But I really like the way this car drives. I tell you what it sounds like. Oh, it sounds like I'm in the wrong gear. I can't tell if I'm at high revs or low revs. Can we get out of the way of him? All of the track looks the same. This is going to take a while to learn this. It's just trying to stay on the tail of someone who's a similar pace as me. And try to learn which corner's which. At the moment, I've got no idea where I am. Car turns in nice. And it feels quite natural. They've done a lot of upgrades to this. With cars and with tyre model. This is my first decent lap, I think, and I'm about 10 seconds off the pace.
Lap 2, 13.94.
I like Sebring. When I remember where it goes. Okay, so we're 9 seconds off the pace.
12.57.
So we're a long way off it. Let's go back to the garage. How much of practice is left? I want to exit that because I want to see where we are with the race. 3 minutes to go to the race. So, yeah, this is going to be tough. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what split I'm in. No idea. Qualifying. Okay. The setups are understeery. I've got no issue with that. For the main reason that why do I like it? Understeery is a little bit safer from the point of view that you're not spinning all the time. But having said that, if you're sim racing, you should be able to control a certain amount of oversteer anyway. And actually an understeery setup will have its own issues, which would be people coming up your inside and then pushing out wide into you. It's going to happen, so you need to be aware of that. But that's why this is called Rookie Series, beginners. Got a long way to go to learn this. Too early on the power there. Yeah, I do feel like I'm in the wrong gear a lot of the time. The sound change in the revs doesn't really match what I'm thinking. Oh dear, Ian. There's the understeer. So I'm having almost count in my head a little bit which gear I'm in. Which I know people do anyway. But it should get to a point where you can tell what gear you're in without actually looking or counting, because you can work out speed and revs. Does that make sense? I'm giving away a load of time on some of these corners here. That's inexperience with the track and the car. But I'm hoping split 4 of 8, these aren't all rocket ship quick. Because I'm not rocket ship quick round here. I thought it was a right left then. It's that one, isn't it? Then this one's lots of curb. So I've done a 204 already. Which we are way off.
Time to 11.73.
What do I think? What do I think? I like this. I need to spend a lot of time on it to get quick. As you can see, I'm not fast. I'm 4 seconds off the guy who's second to last. I'm really slow. But if you want to get into GT3 racing on a sim, If you're going to do it with this. Is that qualifying done already?
Lap 2, 11.45.
Okay, so I'm way off pace. Way off pace. Now, I did go out there with full fuel, so expecting it, but I'm 204s, 205s, I'm at 211. I'm nowhere. So my plan is now to try and stay with the guys in front and see if I can pick up some pace. Now, I did say on a previous video that I consider myself to be an above average sim racer. With that, I'm not. But to be fair, that's the first 3 laps I've done. 5 laps. And I will get quicker, I know that. If I look at TCRs in LFM, I'm 44th currently in Division 1 in LFM. In the 4 divisions, there's 3,800 people. I think that's pretty good, don't you? Maybe? Who knows? Anyway, let's see what we can do from the back. So we are last in quali. We're 6 seconds off the pace. We're 3 seconds off the guy in front. I've got a lot to learn. I don't drive LMU. I think I've probably done 3 or 4 hours on it since I got it. Mainly because I've been concentrating on LFM. But this is a sim that I actually quite enjoy. I like the way it feels. I like the way it looks. I like the way it reacts.
Drivers, go to the grid for a race start.
I like the way it reacts. Why am I the only one there? What have I done wrong? Oh, there they are. This is going to be a rolling start. My plan, no, my aim is not come last. 20-minute race. I've got way too much fuel on board. It's fixed setup, so I don't need to worry about that.
Formation lap has started.
Okay, so we're starting from last place in a formation lap. Let's. Now the formation lap on LMU always just seems a little bit confusing. Because it either tells me I'm going too slow or too fast. Erratic driving, I've got no idea what that means. I can only be as erratic as the car in front. Is this a short start or is it a long lap?
Green flag, green flag.
There's a lot to remember here. Right. Let's just try and stay with some of these guys. Now, I don't know what penalties there are for bad driving on this. I don't think there are any. Not that I want to try and drive into people. It's more if people drive into me. Right, let's try and get on the back of these boys here. That's all going wrong ahead. Right, I really like the way this feels. It's really intuitive. Gone wide, I've had to lift out of that. That means the McLaren on my right is going to come past.
Lap 2, 21.40.
Give him some room. Try and stay with him, learning. I don't think he's the quickest man on the track. But everyone seems to be being pretty respectful at the moment. Could have done that in second. Got a little bit wide there. It's all right. Right, so what's my lap time there? Have I gone any faster than I did in quali?
Time 2, 10.88.
Not really. Giving him room. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. I'd rather follow someone who knows where they're going. Because I don't. Oh, let's stay with him if I can. We were going a bit quicker, now we're going a bit slower. But I'm starting to get a feel for the track. Really, really like Sebring. Tricky section of corners there. So 2:04 is the quickest lap so far. Which I'm going to get nowhere near. I'd love a 2:07 to be fair. So 2:10.8 is my quickest at the moment. Slightly quicker.
Lap 2:09.07.
Weight on the power there, just so I can get back on it. So this really is a learning process. Now, if you're not that quick in GT3s, this is actually quite good to learn on, because you can practice your car control and and you're braking into corners. Which I've not got yet. You can take a lot of curb in this, and it gives you a lot of confidence. We're not last. But I will be doing that. Overall, I like the way this handles. It's quite forgiving when you get on the grass, which is nice. I'm going to give you the spiel at the end. Ah, that's good. So we got the understeer, but I got a little bit of rotation coming out that time, which just helped me not go into the wall. Now I just need to remember the other corners. Just didn't seem to have any front end through there that time. Oh, I've got an itchy ear. Okay, what do I think of the updates at LMU? The little I know about GT3 racing and how they handle, it feels good. I haven't got as frustrated as I do with ACC. This seems really consistent. And the tyres seem to be quite consistent as well. You're not getting like a sudden drop off.
9.85.
Half of it's knowing where my braking points are. And knowing where I can and can't get on the power. I don't know this track very well, as I said. Okay, so that's the first big slide I've had. And it's controllable, which I like. And this is what I was saying to you about the understeery front end, was you do, at this level of racing, you should be able to at least control some oversteer. And also remember where the track goes. Wow. So this is not going to be the fastest race in the world. So, LMU, first race, or proper race. I did do one online race before, it wasn't amazing. I think that was Bahrain, but no. What do I think? Overall, what are you doing, idiot? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So overall, what do I think of LMU? Really good. Really, really good. I'm no good at it. I'm not GT3 racer. You've seen that I prefer things like the TCRs and the Ginettas and a bit of rallying. But I know to progress in sim racing, I need to get more into GT3s or single-seaters. Single-seaters really isn't for me. So GT3s would be the next step. I can improve on that. Once I've learnt setup, once I've learnt the tracks, once I've learnt the cars, that's going to take time, that's going to take hours. That is the first time I've ever raced Sebring. It's the first time I've ever raced the 720S GT3 around Sebring on LMU. So it's all very new. Am I saying I'm going to be much quicker next time? Probably not, but I can start to make up some time on it. Overall, the updates they've made, the cars are great. I've had a quick go in the Porsche and in the Mustang. They're great fun. The Mustang sounds amazing. I like the idea of fixed setup on the online racing. I think that's brilliant. Really, really good, particularly for someone like me who's got no clue how to set these things up. It makes it a lot easier. Get in, race, simple as that. I like that. Graphics, great. I'm not getting any glitches with graphics and frame rate drops or anything like that. Overall, it's really good. The tyres, you can feel what it's doing. You can feel what it's doing. It's easy to catch those little slides. And to be honest, GT3 cars, and some of you will probably try and disagree with me here, GT3 racing is basically gentleman racing for rich people. So they're not designed to be difficult to drive. They're difficult to drive fast, but they're not designed to go off at any corner. That's why they have things like traction control and ABS. And that's why you can turn them off, because you will have in your team of a GT3 racer your pro driver and your gentleman racers, of which I know a number of on both sides. So I know pretty much how this works. Not the full ins and outs because I don't get into it that heavily. Some of you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you will say you don't know what you're talking about. Again, we all have opinions and that's up to you. So overall, LMU, this has got a very, very bright future. And with the online racing now that they've announced in a similar way as to things like iRacing with a subscription, that can get bigger. Some people are saying, well, it hasn't got many cars and it hasn't got many tracks. Well, come on, how many do you need? Okay, Assetto Corsa is brilliant because you can have pretty much as many tracks and as many cars as you want. But this is all about Le Mans Ultimate and it's about that series. So there are only a certain amount of cars and a certain amount of tracks. And I think this has probably been said before, that we just want good racing. So why do you need all these tracks? Because it just makes it harder for people to learn those tracks and learn those cars and have close racing. If you've only got a certain amount of tracks and a certain amount of cars, it's easier for the average sim racer to learn those tracks and get reasonably competitive. Then you can have that close racing. That's what, to me, it's all about. I've said it before in some of the races I've had in TCRs, I would far rather be fighting and have a good clean fight for a 7th, 8th, 9th, even 10th place than run away with a win or be 10 seconds behind the leader and 15 seconds ahead of third. It's dull. We want it as entertainment. Let's face it, the results you get when you get your points and you win your championship, that's your bragging rights down the pub. That's it. I know I do it. You're not going to win anything out of it. You're not going to get any money out of it. You're not going to get fame out of it unless you're that top 0.5%, which you get in real racing like Formula One, etc., etc. So ultimately, no pun intended, it's about enjoying yourself and it's about having good, fun, close racing. The amount of messages I've sent to people on LFM saying, I really enjoyed that race, regardless of whether I was in front of them or I was behind them. If it was close racing, that's what we all strive for. That's what we want. We're not there to just get wins. Come on, get real, because you can't all win every race. And if 25 people enter a race, 24 of you are going to be disappointed, yeah? So you might as well enjoy what you've got. And this is a good way of enjoying that racing. I didn't have really any close battles there because I'm way, way off the pace with that track and that car. I just wanted to get a feel of what it was like. But I enjoyed it because it wasn't massively difficult. I could control the car quite easily without flying off track, without going backwards off every corner, without getting onto the grass and it spinning around immediately. It was realistic as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully you've enjoyed that little ramble with Le Mans Ultimate. What I would suggest is, if you haven't got it, go and get it, give it a go. They're clearly going to put a lot behind this. There's going to be more updates coming and it's only going to get better and better. So you never know, I might see you on track.